Hi everyone, thank you for watching my last video. I got some really nice messages from it and also a few suggestions. So one thing that was brought up to me by I think one or two people was flaxseed gel. So this is a often homemade gel that would be used in the 20s to set finger waves. It's not actually anything I've ever tried before, so I thought I would give it a go and film it, see how it turns out. So I did a bit of research. I found a few different things about it. From what I can tell, it's applied dry, um, and you form the waves with the gel. Um, as you can tell from my last video, I usually do my finger waves with pin curls and then use the Marcel clips. So this is definitely going to be a new method for me, but we'll see if it can convert me. So while I was researching, I found a few things about Victorian curls, and they would often use quince seeds to make a gel, and it would set the hair in curls. So it seemed to be pretty similar to the 1920s flaxseed method, and I did read that sometimes flax seeds would be used as well. So I'm not sure if it's exactly the same, but it does seem to be similar. So I'm using the research I've done on that, sort of combining it with the Victorian just to get a better idea. When I was reading about the Victorian method, it said that the gel would be applied to the hair before it was curled, and that would hold it better. So I think they used it as more of like a leave-in curling solution. But today I'm going to make the flaxseed gel and then I'll see if I can finger wave my hair with it. It might be a disaster. Um, Only one way to find out. So I've got my little kitchen helper. I'm about to start making it. Pretty much the only ingredients you need are flax seeds and water. I did also read that you can use aloe vera gel if you want it to be thicker, but I don't have any of that, so we're going to try it without it and we'll see how it goes. So I've put in a third of a cup of flax seeds and 2 cups of water, and now I'm just going to stir it until it boils. Some recipes did say to use ground flax seeds, but some also said use whole flax seeds, so I'm using whole ones. So the water's boiling now. It says to let it simmer for 6 minutes until the texture becomes slimy. So I'm just going to let it do that. I'll keep stirring it and I'll check back in after 6 minutes. Okay, it's been boiling for 6 minutes now and it's looking pretty slimy to me. Look at this. Yeah, pretty gross. Seems to be doing what it's meant to be doing though. So I'm going to take it off the heat now and let it cool for a bit. And then I'm going to strain it through a muslin cloth. Oh, it's so gloopy. Is that satisfying or gross? So it's been about an hour and I left the gel in the fridge to cool. This is what it's looking like now. I've just put it in a glass jar that I had lying around. It's sort of like gloopy. That's the best way I can describe it. So I read that it could be stored for 2 weeks. But there's also like quite a few benefits for using flaxseed in your hair, and one of them said that it can be used as a moisturizer, so if as like a moisturizing treatment. So if I don't end up using it all, which I doubt I will because where have I got to go, I'll probably try using it as a treatment as well and see how that goes. As well, I wanted to say that I know that people of colour and generally people with curly hair use flaxseed gel in their curls. So if you're looking for something on using flaxseed gel in general, there's probably better videos out there. This is just sort of my experiment to using it with finger waves. I did end up dampening my hair just because I thought, I thought about it and it just seemed to make more sense to do it with damp hair than to do it with dry. But my hair dries really quickly while it's short anyway. I've got a few different clips to try it out with as well, because I don't know what's going to work best or what it's going to look like. So I've got like some of these long ones, I've got like smaller ones that are flat, and then I've got my Marcel clips as well. So I'm just going to get started. I'm just going to carry on. I'm going to do what I said in the last video that I normally do with my hair. I don't think I want to be like, sometimes on some days I feel like really ambitious and I put like my part really far to the side and I'll do massive waves, and it looks really dramatic, and I think, I'm having one of those days. But since I'm just trying this out for the first time, I don't think I'm going to go too crazy, which is why I've got like a variety of clips, because I don't know if I'm going to have like the confidence to put any Marcel clips in today. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to put it on the comb or put it on my hair. It doesn't smell that bad. It sort of smells like porridge. But yeah, I don't know what's the best way to put it on my hair without just like sticking my hand in. I don't really want to do that because it is really sticky. So I think I'm just gonna like dip my comb in it and try combing it through some of my hair. Like, let's see if I can look at that like consistency. So yeah, I'm just gonna get a little bit, or a lot. Take a little bit on the comb and I'll just brush it through. What side shall I start with? I'll start with this side because it's less hair, so it's less intimidating. So I'm just going to brush it into my hair. I'll comb it through. To be honest, it doesn't actually feel like super sticky. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I just want to see how it holds, like if I bring it forward just with my finger. It does actually hold. It is actually holding on its own a little bit, so that's a good sign. Just trying to decide what to do with it. Should I brush backwards first? That might make me feel a little bit better. Okay, it is quite like slimy, but it's not the worst. It's not the worst feeling. Let me try it with this. I don't think I'll use this one. I don't really use these flat clips very often. I more use them for keeping it out of my face, keeping my hair out of my face. No, I'm gonna go straight in with the Marcel clips. As I was saying, I was like, when I was researching it, I did find different recipes and different articles on how they'd use it in the 20s, but I didn't actually find that much on the actual application process. So like I could find recipes, but I couldn't find much saying like how they'd actually put it on the hair. So everything I'm trying now, I'm just sort of making it up basically. But it's actually like I put this in a minute, like 2 or 3 minutes ago now, and it's still wet, so it seems like it's good to work with if you're not a fast worker. I'm not liking the feeling of it when it gets on my hand, um, personally. Okay, so I've just put a few clips in this side of my hair, and I'll just show you how it's going at the minute. So you can see it is waving it. Um, I suppose it's just how it holds and how it dries. So far, I'm actually liking the consistency of it because it does feel quite moisturising, and it's not very like sticky. So when I first started doing finger waves, before I discovered gel spray, I was using hair gel, which I didn't really like using because I don't like the way it makes your fingers like feel sticky. And gel spray still does do that, but obviously since I don't touch my hair when I'm using the gel spray, it's not as bad. Generally, that will happen to me if I'm doing like kiss curls on the side of my face. Um, my hands will get sticky from touching the gel. So that's not actually happening with this one, which is quite nice. It does actually make your hands feel quite soft. Um, but since it's not very fast drying, as in when I'm putting it on my head, it's not drying instantly. I don't know if I'll be able to do kiss kills with it or not, but I'm going to keep on going, and when I get to that point, I will have a go. So I'm just gonna carry on this side now. My hair is gone pretty dry by this point, um, so we'll see how it works on pretty much dry hair. I've been finding as well it's coming out in like, since it's so gloopy, it's coming out in like big drops, so it doesn't separate as easy. So I'm like scooping it with the comb, and then I'm like sliding it onto my hair and then combing it through. Oh yeah, look at that. That's like already, you can see how the wave would form with it. Like if I push this back, like you can see how that's coming forward already. Okay. Okay, glasses are on, which means I'm doing the back of my hair. Since the last video I did, I've actually invested in a few smaller Marcel clips. So I did mention in my last video that you can get these made in Birmingham. Yeah, these are some vintage ones. I found them on eBay, so I got quite a few of them. Only cost me about 10 or 20 quid. I did say in my last video as well that usually I don't finger wave the back of my head, which I don't. But since this is, I'm guessing this is going to be like a wetter look because it's gel. I do think it looks better if the back is finger waved as well as the sides, since I'm not going to have the like fluffiness I usually get on the bottom. I'm just using this gel with wild abandon now as well. I was trying to use it sparingly at the beginning because I didn't want it to be like really sticky or anything, but it's just going on now. So yeah, you can sort of see in the mirror behind me what's happening with the back of my head. So let me just check I've got everywhere. There's just these front parts. Though feeling this side now, it's feeling like it's starting to dry, because that was one thing I was going to say is I don't know how long this is going to take to sort of set, because usually with the method I usually do it with, since it's dry and already curled, I'm usually waiting for it to set into place as a wave rather than a curl, and that takes about an hour, I'd say. But since this is on straight hair today, I don't know how long it's going to take. It might be a quicker method for doing my hair, which would be nice. And I did say I'll try and curl it forward, so I will. The little kiss curls here, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, usually because my hair's already been in pin curls, I don't have to hold the curl because I'll like sort of gel it to my face and it'll stay there. But that's not going to work today. So I'm going to use my thick bristle brush. I'll dip it into the gel a little bit, and then I'll just see if I can sculpt this part forward. So it does actually look like it's holding. I don't want to speak too soon. um, that looks okay actually, doesn't it? I'm genuinely surprised. Not like they did the hair like this in the 20s for a reason, but here's me sitting here like, oh, it's working. And I have sort of abandoned the brush. I'm just using it to brush it through, and then I'm using my fingers. But like I said before, it's not actually making my fingers feel sticky or anything the way that gel does. So that's nice. I've got a little bit more hair on this side that's in the curl, so it's this'll be the true test, because it's going to need to put in the work to really hold this curl. Well, there you go, it's in. I'd say that took me about half an hour to do, so it's took about the same time it would take me to put my hair in the Marcel clips normally. It's just, it takes away all of that nighttime prep of washing and pink curling it and stuff. So if it does work, if I like the results I get from it, it is going to be a much quicker way of finger waving. It's also going to be good if it works because you can make it at home, so it's really cost effective, and it's always good to make things yourself, isn't it? I'll move a bit closer so you can see. So it definitely has got like that wet look as it's drying now. So this side's pretty dry. You can see that sort of looks a bit wet. But yeah, it's almost dry, but it's not totally, so I'm gonna let that sit for a bit now, and I'll see how long it takes. As I say, usually I'd leave my hair for about an hour if I can, just to make sure it's set into place properly. But with this, I don't know how long it's going to take, so luckily I've got nowhere to be. I will go and let it sit for a bit, and I'll come back when it's dry. So it's been about an hour now. I would say it's set a little bit quicker than an hour, but I left it in just to be safe. As you can see, the little kiss curls on the side of my face are holding up. Usually with the gel I use, they are pressed flat to my face, so that's a little bit different for me because these aren't flat to my face, but they are in place and they do feel pretty solid. Like, I don't feel like they're going anywhere. So let's take out the rest of the clips and see what it looks like. So all of the clips are out now, and as you can see, it's really made a defined wave. So what I normally do when I've used a lot of gel, I'll like slide the end of my comb underneath my hair and just lift it a bit, which will just give it a little bit more shape. So yeah, as you can see, it has actually really worked, hasn't it? I'm actually surprised by how much I like it. I usually don't do like a wet look very often. As I said before, I don't really like the way gel makes my fingers feel sticky, but my hands feel really soft actually after using this, and my hair doesn't feel super crispy either, which is nice. Yeah, I really like this first wave here, looks nice. I do like want to try it again, and try it like with a tiny bit of a different technique, just like setting it, just to see if there's any way I can make it like any better than it already is. But yeah, I don't think you can say that didn't work. I'm just gonna see how it holds when I brush it, because I'm not gonna brush it properly, but I'll often, if I do this, like I said, I don't like the waves being like super close to my head, so when I do this wet look, I'll always brush it a tiny bit just to pull it out of it. So I'll see how this goes. So I've just used my comb to lift up the sides and sort of brush it out a tiny bit so it's not super slick to my head. But considering this is the first time I've used it, I am actually quite happy with the results. And as I said, it does feel nice. Yeah, it doesn't feel too harsh on my hair, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna wear it now for a few hours. I've got to take my dog to the vet for an injection. So I will wear it and go about my day. Then at the end of the day, I will brush it out and see what it looks like after it's had a brush. Because as nice as it is, I don't think it's gonna last a night. So yeah, pretty happy with it so far. So my hair was in for a few hours and I've just brushed it out. Brushed out really easily. My hair still feels clean. It looks, obviously it's fluffy, but it looks okay. Like, it doesn't look greasy or anything. I reckon you could, well, I can't sleep with my hair down, but I could wrap my hair and then in the morning I could probably wave it again, and get a few more days before I have to wash it. So I don't think I'd be able to sleep with it in those waves. I don't think it would last. But overall, I did actually quite like using this method. It did work better than I thought it would. Not for, I didn't think it wouldn't work because it wouldn't work. I thought it wouldn't work because I wouldn't be able to do it. But it's okay. It wasn't difficult. Yeah, as I said before, I think I just want to fiddle with it, and I think I'd like it more the more I use it, because, you know, I'll get used to it and figure out how to do it to the way I like it. But yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with it. I thought it was going to be an absolute disaster and I didn't really think I was going to like it at all, so I might actually end up using this more. As I said earlier, you don't have to do the whole wrapping your hair in pintails the night before, so that saves a lot of time. And as I said, it doesn't really feel like it's done anything to my hair. Flaxseed oil's meant to be moisturising, so I imagine it's doing good for my hair, if anything. But I will keep you all updated. First 1920s hair experiment was a success, I would say, and that's my second video. So am I a YouTuber now? Comment below if you'd like to see anything else. Okay, so have a nice day, guys, and I'm going to make pasta. Bye!